Let me tell you how quickly my day could have turned bad, or how bad it could have been had I not taken these next steps. What's going on, family? D.R.speaks here. Listen, today I made a terrible mistake by leaving my wallet at home. And inside of my wallet is not only my driver's license, but also my concealed carry license. Which, let me tell you how quickly my day could have turned bad, or how bad it could have been had I not taken these next steps. So, let me just say this first. Here in Michigan, where I live, you do not need to have a concealed carry license, or what they call it here, a CPL, concealed pistol license, in order to be able to legally obtain a firearm. However, without a CPL, without a concealed carry license, there are a lot of limitations, specifically as it relates to carrying and transporting a firearm, which I did a video about that. I'll tag it somewhere in here so that you all can check that out. It's a really good video. Not too much of your time will be taken by watching it, so go check it out. But what would have happened to me if I would have been pulled over today and would not have been able to show the officer my physical license and my physical concealed pistol license? What would have happened? Well, two things. Here in Michigan, and it's like that in a lot of states, where we are what's called a duty to inform state. And what that simply means is that whenever I am pulled over by a police officer, I have to inform them immediately that I am a licensed concealed carrier. And the reason why you have to do that is, one, the law requires it, but number two, attached to my driver's license and or my license plates is the fact that I am a concealed carrier.
Just too much information.
All right. Now, let's say you don't have your gun on you. You still got to let them know. Because if you don't let them know and they see under your profile that you are a concealed carrier, they're just going to automatically assume you got a gun on you and you did not let them know. That raises their antennas. And that could just make for an even worse stop than what you have already been initially pulled over for.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is, here in Michigan, it is a requirement that if you have your concealed weapon on you, that you have to also accompany that with your physical license. And I'll put a picture up here that explains that section of the law. But the point is this. A picture is not enough. And letting them know that you are a concealed carrier is not enough. You actually have to also give them the physical license, especially if you have your gun on you. Now, here's the thing about that. Before knowing the law, I used to think I could just show them a picture. Like, I'm just gonna pull up my phone and I'll just show you the picture and you're gonna take that as face value. But that's not the way the law works. So what did I do to help mitigate or decrease any issue that I could potentially have? Well, the first thing I did is I pulled over immediately when I recognized that I did not have my wallet on me. I was driving on the freeway, pulled over on the side of the road, put my hazards on, and I immediately pulled my gun off my person, released the magazine, took the one out the chamber, and put my magazine and everything inside of the glove box. Took my firearm, tucked it back in my coat, got out, went to the back, opened up my lockbox, ran my gun lock through the gun, put the gun back into the lockbox, locked that up, closed up the trunk, got back in the car, drove off.
Tell me that I'm doing too much and I'll promise you.
Now, I kept going where I was going because I was almost at work and I was closer to work, already getting running behind anyway, closer to work than I was home. However, my wife was on her way down to the area anyway, and so I was able to catch her before she left the house and was like, hey, I left my wallet, can you bring it to me? After I got my wallet, of course, I was able to go back, grab my firearm, reload it, put it back on my person, and I'd be good to go. But why did I do what I did?
Tell me why.
Because worst case scenario, and I'm trying to think worst case and thinking about the best case and the worst case. Let's say I was pulled over. I could let the officer know, and I was just going to be upfront and just transparent. It's just me, all right? And some officers or maybe some attorneys can fact check what I'm about to say, but I would just let them know, hey, officer, I did leave my license, my wallet at home, my license is at home, and I also want to let you know that I am a concealed carrier. I took the firearm off my person and I locked it up in the bag. Because here's the thing. At least at that moment, I was no longer concealed carrying. All right. I had a firearm in my vehicle, but it was locked appropriately as to not fit the actual concealed carry description, if you will. Now, again, an attorney can fact check that. I may have still gotten in trouble.
Right to jail, right away.
But here's what I'm trying to paint the picture of. Let's say I would have gotten the worst end of the law. They would have arrested me, took me to jail, tried to charge me with something, which I'll explain what the consequences would have been. But let's just say I would have got the worst end of the deal. Hopefully a good judge, a good attorney would have been able to see, hey, this man made some good effort to try to make a bad situation not so bad. You understand? But here's how the law reads, and it says something along the lines of this, that if I was to violate one of these subsections, one, not being able to furnish my physical license but still had a gun on me, that I would have, under my first violation, received a civil infraction and be fined $100. It could also be a $500 fine, and by the individual's license, my concealed carry license could have been suspended for 6 months as well. There's some other penalties in there. So let's say this is my second time or my third time, whatever. Within 3 years of a prior offense, I could have received a fine of $1,000 and had my concealed pistol be revoked. It's just a lot of different penalties that, again, I just didn't want to play around with. I tried to do the least, or the most, I'm sorry, not the least, but the most responsible thing possible in that situation, and that is not having a weapon on me that I'm not authorized to carry. Now, again, let me just say this. I get it from the two-way standpoint. My rights are not being infringed. I get it. But I'm not trying to get into those legal battles, and I don't want my day in court. Like, I just want to be able to just go home, not have no issues. If the law is the law, like, if I have an issue with the law, I can write my congressman. Like, I can write my state representative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be trying to win that battle with the police, if that makes sense. Especially, I hate to say it, as a black man. I just don't need to be trying to win that battle. So at the end of the day, here's the point of this video. Know your laws. Like, know what you're able to do, what's permissible, what's not permissible. Be smart, be vigilant, and also don't leave your wallet at home.
Don't ever do that again.
I don't know how I did that. I don't know why I did it, but let's just say that today was a lesson that I'll make sure never happens again. All right. And so hopefully you all got something out of this video. Let me know how it is in your state. Does that sound familiar? Is this something that is required there? Do you have to let officers know when you have a firearm? You have to have your physical license, or is the picture good enough? Have you had any experiences with anything that I'm talking about? Don't incriminate yourselves, of course, but hey, any feedback or commentary is always good here. If you all got something out of this, please do me a favor, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate you all trying to grow this channel here, and so far we're doing a pretty good job. So until we meet again, you all be blessed. D.R.speaks. I'm out.